I tell y'all what's on my mind? Can I get a couple of things off my chest?
What's up? It's your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend, but I can't be your son. It's your kinfolk, William Jewell. Lel. Giving you my detail as I articulate. This is articulating rap, rap, rap. How you doing? How you doing? If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and turn all the notifications on so you can get all the new content when I post it. I just came here to articulate and give you my detailed perspective on the current state of hip hop from a microscopic and telescopic point of view, from close up and far away. And today I think we getting a little bit close up, because at the end of the day, we know how important the Grammys are to just like accolades. They're like a championship for artists. It makes their stock go up. It makes their brand a little bit more appealing. It makes their price go up. And it makes their contemporaries respect them. We know what a Grammy really means. Like, I think certain people in the media or even artists themselves, they try to downplay it. But at the end of the day, there's no way you can truly downplay it, right? Because they want one themselves. They try to downplay it, but in all actuality, they want one themselves. And Kendrick Lamar, right? A hot topic. We can go over the awards. We can go over the nominees and what I think is going to happen. Right? We got Album of the Year, GNX, Chromacopia, Clipse, Let God Sort 'Em Out. We got 3 hip hop albums in Album of the Year contention. Right? And I think that's the bigger story than any story of these Grammys. It shows that artistically, hip hop is still at the forefront. Hip hop is still engineering and constructing culture. Hip hop is the engine, right? Hip hop is the motor of the American culture. And like, just that showcase or that acknowledgement of hip hop records being in the Album of the Year category, I think that's a big deal. I think that's a big deal. And uh let me just go down the list of some of the Grammys, right? Let's go by the list. And then just kind of like see, what we think. See how we feel about certain categories. But let's talk about the Grammys. Let's talk about some of the actual awards, right? Album of the Year, that's really like the main award. And we got GNX by Kendrick Lamar. The Tar Mas Photos, Bad Bunny. No, I ain't even gonna do this. Look, I ain't even gonna go over some of these names. I ain't even gonna lie. Look, I'm gonna just keep it 100 and just really like look at the hip hop nominations and really just kind of go from there, because that's what we want to know. That's what's important. And that's what I want to get to, because not only do we talk about Album of the Year and 3 albums being in contention that are from the hip hop sector, right? We also have to acknowledge, the hip hop sector itself. We also have to acknowledge the best rap album that came out this year, right? And the best rap album is Let God Sort 'Em Out, Clipse, Glorious by Glorilla, God Does Like Ugly by JID, GNX by Kendrick, Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator, right? And go to best rap song, Anxiety by Doechii, The Birds Don't Sing, Clipse featuring John Legend and Voices of Fire, Chains and Whips, Clipse, Kendrick Lamar, Pusha T, and Malice. TV Off, Kendrick Lamar featuring Lefty Gunplay. Darling Ah, Tyler the Creator featuring Tizo Touchdown. Right, then you got Best Melodic Rap Performance. Proud of Me, Friday and Meek Mill. Wholeheartedly, JID, Ty Dolla $ign, and Black, Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. Somebody Loves Me, Party Next Door, and Drake, We Maj. Terrace Martin and Kenyon Dixon featuring Rhapsody. Right. And it's a lot of talk about Kendrick versus the Clipse, right? It's a lot of talk about Kendrick versus the Clipse. Let's go ahead and knock the elephant out of the room, right? Let's go ahead and speak on that. It's a lot of talk about it. And to be honest, I feel like some recency bias is included in it as well. But Let God Sort 'Em Out was a great album. Let God Sort 'Em Out was the most anticipated album for me this year. Let God Sort 'Em Out. Like, to me, if not one, or it at minimum two. If it's not the best, it's the second best hip hop album of the year. Let God Sort 'Em Out. Right? But we have to go several months, right, before they release Let God Sort 'Em Out. We have to go to November 22nd of 2024, right? That's when GNX came out. It's November the 12th today. So it's almost been a year since GNX came out. It's almost been a year. It's not as recent. It's not as new. Right? But if we come over here and belittle the impact that it had on social media, on everything, even leading up into the Super Bowl halftime show, if we belittle the presence and the impact of GNX, like, we really doing ourselves a disservice. Right? At the end of the day, like, that's kind of how I feel. And it's not even like from a Kendrick Lamar fan standpoint. It's just kind of like, I get it. Kendrick has won a lot of Grammys. And you know they all want to say, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go please have him a Grammy right now. Where's your uncle at? Because I want to speak to the man of the house. Like, everybody want to go to that. And Drake put a magnifying glass on that. And the fact that Not Like Us won 5 categories last year, every category that it was in, like, the irony, but also the reality of it. Because, I mean, you got to think about Whacked Out Murals, right? You got to think about Squabble Up. You got to think about Luther, right? You got to think about Reincarnated, Gloria. He told stories. Heart Part 6, he told stories, real stories. He gave you R&B with Gloria. He gave you R&B with Luther. Like, and when I was talking about rap album of last year, that's the reason why I couldn't put Freddie Gibbs number 1, because GNX had a little bit of everything that was considered rap, from R&B songs to rap songs to storytelling. Like, so, like, I feel like it's not being appreciated as much as it should be. I feel like people are kind of belittling it now because some time has gone by, and I get it. Like, Pusha T, Malice, they deserve one. They deserve a Grammy. They're nominated for 5 Grammys, actually. They deserve some hardware, whether it be Chains and Whips with Kendrick Lamar, whether it be Bird Don't Sing. Like, but when we talk about album, like, we not about to disrespect GNX. Like, when we talk about album, like it should be album of the year. That's how impactful the album was. Like, it's like, and he put it on the Super Bowl stage. He put it on the biggest stage of America. One of the biggest stages globally. He put it on a humongous stage. Like, man, I don't even want to keep going over this. But when you think about GNX, he gave you Peekaboo. He gave you the intro to the Super Bowl, a song that he didn't even finish. Like, he gave you Luther. He gave you everything. None of his old stuff. The Super Bowl performance was GNX. And we hear Let God Sort 'Em Out, a very good hip-hop album. They performed it at the Vatican, right? You know, I went to see the tour. I went to see both tours. One was at the AT&T Stadium. One was at the Bomb Factory in Dallas. Like, come on, man. I can't even, like, that's what I'm saying. I cannot, like, I love Push. Like, I feel like I am Pusha T. I am Kendrick Lamar. I am, like, in essence, both of them, because I relate to them on a different type of level. But when I look at the facts, the facts are there. We could talk about feelings. We could talk about how much fatigued we are of Kendrick winning and being celebrated. But the thing is, that's what we wanted from him. We wanted him to be outside. We wanted him to be present. And I believe, like, when he pops out, like, everything is that much more important. Everything is that much more valuable. And everybody sees it. But to go to JID, God Does Like Ugly, I was listening to the company man, Justin Hunt, and he kind of briefly explained how he felt about the JID album, right? How it was a little bit underwhelming, or it underperformed kind of, you know, what we anticipated from this album. When I think about the Never Story, when I think about the Forever Story, then I think about God Does Like Ugly. Like, I didn't listen to that album like I listened to Forever Story. I didn't listen to that album like I listened to Never Story. And I mean, a lot of people are saying Chance, the rapper, and I believe Chance, you could say he was snubbed, but I feel like Freddie Gibbs was snubbed the most. So honestly, if we move Glorilla and JID out the way, I feel like Alfredo 2 is more deserving, and I feel like Chance Starline is well deserving. So, I mean, to me, those are really my only snubs. Like, now, when it comes down to the award time, we'll see what they say. Like, did I like Glorilla? Did she give us a little bit of everything? Is she a good female representation for album of the year? Just, you know, song of the year with TGIF. Like, yes, she's much appreciated. But, like, when we talking about rap and hip hop, I don't know. I just would prefer Chance or Freddie Gibbs. Maybe because they're more relatable as a man to me, and I can't deny that bias. But Glorilla, she got aggressive style. She's not purely pussy rap, but I would say she is pussy rap at the end of the day. And that's one of the biggest reasons I can't really get into her music like that, because of my masculine nature. And speaking about more deserving or well deserved, we gotta talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We gotta talk about Salt and Pepper. Shout out to them. But Outkast is like a group that I want to speak about. Like Outkast, I grew up with Outkast. I had to Stank on Your album. Like, I grew up with Outkast. Big Boy. Andre 3000. Like, these guys were dope. These guys really changed how I listen to hip hop, how I listen to music. Like, they just had a little bit of everything. They had the yin and yang component, but they also had like some flavor. They had some sauce, something of substance, something of seasoning. And we know how people always try to elevate Andre 3000 and underestimate the presence and the impact of Big Boy, right? And I hate that that's the conversation when we talk about them, but them collectively, them together, like, come on now. Southern, playalistic, Cadillac music, Aquemini, right? Stank on Ya. Speaker box, the love below. All right. When we think about Idlewild, the acting, like bringing things to the screen, just like they creative nature. Like it's so it's just an honor to like be able to like see them eclipse this part of their career. We talk about the performance. Of course, JID, of course, Tyler, they did their thing, but it was disappointing that Andre didn't perform. It's like he touches hip hop with them plastic gloves on. Like he doesn't want to get contaminated. He gets close, but not too close to where he could be infected by its infectious spirit. Like Andre, like the way you played the flute, I appreciated it. The way you did that piano, I feel like you betrayed music. I didn't like it. And I don't even want to go down that road of negativity, because this is, a time to uplift Outkast and all their endeavors and all their accomplishments. But honestly, like, it's so much expectation or so much appreciation from Andre, from the fans, and just from hip hop lovers in general. Like, Big Boy is like the only one that's thinking rational. Like, I want the Outkast tour. I want to be able to go see them perform and they both enjoy what they doing. Like, I want that. I've never been able to go see Outkast live, but I want that. And maybe it is my selfishness that I believe that Andre is being selfish. Maybe it is my selfishness. But Outkast, They deserve to be performing on those stages. Andre 3000, a blast from the past. And in the past, he was a blast to the future. Before his time. Like, that's the type of respect we got for Andre 3000, man. And Big Boy, like, he just solid. He just the anchor. He just hold shit down. He don't ever say nothing out the way. We heard I'm Sorry, T.I. Y'all don't remember that album, Trouble Man? I'm sorry. Andre 3000 apologized to Big Boy because he wasn't ready to go on tour. He wasn't into it. And ever since then, we haven't really truly gotten him on stage for a true concert. That's disheartening. But I digress. People are talking about Offset not selling that much. He didn't enter the Billboard 200 album charts. They say he's only predicted to sell 8K, or he only sold 8K, and that's along with Big L. So the Legend series that Nas has been putting out with Mass Appeal, that's garnered a lot of feedback as far as positive feedback and just praise. I don't think they fell short with the Big L project. I think the win is getting some of those songs that were not on streaming. And as far as Offset, Haunted, I liked Haunted. I enjoyed Haunted. I think I actually gave it a review, if I'm not mistaken. But to see it not do or perform well, when I look at Lil Baby, I look at Gunna, when I look at artists like that, like, to me, that Offset could be comparable to, and we look at the numbers that he's doing, I mean, and it begs to say that he's not truly competing with those guys. He's not competing with his peers. And I don't know if it's the Cardi thing that people are not listening to him, but like, I think Offset can rap good. I think he made good songs. I don't know why it's not transitioning. I don't know why it's not, like, doing what it's supposed to do. I mean, some things have been going on. Some things haven't been going on. The West Side Gun removed from WWE. That's the last thing I was going to say. And the only question I got is, why did they remove him? Like, they haven't. He done, came out, issued multiple paragraphs. But one thing that hasn't been said is why they removed him and why they sent him a cease and desist. What did he do? Or what didn't he do to deserve that treatment? I don't know. Yeah, West Side Gun. Boom, 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 boom. West Side Gun. Like, I like West Side Gun. And I feel like he is the pioneer of ushering the coolness back into WWE. I know Wale is right alongside him. I will put respect on Wale's name as well. But West Side Gun was also a big pioneer to making wrestling look cool again, putting these people on his cover art. And I mean, is The Rock in charge of WWE? Like, who's in charge of WWE, and where did the mishap happen? Where did they felt the need to remove him? Where did that situation happen? What was that situation? Because the way he's responding in this paragraph to it, he not responding with vitriol. He not responding with, like, anger. He responded like he know he did something wrong, but at the end of the day, he the one that kind of put him on the map. Like, he's not responding as if he's not guilty of something. So, I mean, maybe I shouldn't look at it like that, right? But you wanted to be accepted into that circle, bro. So, at the end of the day, whatever that circle does to you, you got to accept it. And WWE, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been watching it. So it's not like they been getting my support anyways. So if y'all gonna uplift these organizations and these companies, these products, if y'all gonna do that, make sure that y'all are in one accord. So this to me is a business lesson, and this is a emotional, intelligent lesson. But it's your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend, but I can't be your son, it's your kinfolk. William Jewell, giving you my detail as I articulate. This is articulating. Rap, rap, rap.